Hi, it is the 21st of February 2012. This is Wes Fryer. I am here at Yukon Middle School with 7th grader Richard, and Richard has completed a pretty amazing project for his English class. And Richard, I just wanted to interview you a little bit, and we talked to your teacher about this. What was the assignment that Miss Robertson gave you in your 7th grade English class?
Well, she had us draw out a piece of paper from a bucket, and if we had figurative language and music, this is what I got, then we would use Prezi or PowerPoint or Audacity or one of those things to create a project about putting songs that had figurative language in the Prezi or PowerPoint. We needed to come up with a song and with the lyrics and explain how they went into the project, and we were supposed to use at least five examples as songs.
And I know people can't obviously see this, and I'm clicking through, but you've got the Jackson 5 for Metaphor. You got Hyperbole from Beauty and the Beast. Onomatopoeia from the Jackson 5. Are you a Michael Jackson fan?
Well, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Let's talk a little bit about the technical side of this. So one of the things, and I'll try and include maybe a little screen capture of some of the Prezi so people can kind of see it. Let's talk about the video parts. This is probably the first English project I've seen like this, where not only do you have the text of "The Devil Went Down to Georgia," you've got Charlie Daniels and his band, playing in a clip. So how did you do that?
Well, I went onto YouTube and found this video, and then first I had to download Real Player, and after I downloaded that, I went onto YouTube, found this video, and right above the video it said something like "Use Real Player." So I clicked on that, and it would download the video onto a separate screen, and then you could cut and paste it and copy it on, and just copy it on, paste it onto your Prezi.
So basically, you were able to edit the video to get just the clip that you wanted. About how long do you think the clips are that you selected for your project? You didn't get the whole songs for any of these, did you?
No, about 15 seconds or so.
Okay. So it saved those as separate files, and then did you insert it just like you would insert an image into Prezi?
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me how did you learn about Prezi? And you said your teacher, Ms. Robertson, gave you an option of using it. She'd shown it to you before. So had you used it for school projects before?
I hadn't used it for school projects, but I had messed with it a little bit, and I knew what I was doing.
For people who haven't seen Prezi, how do you describe it as different from, let's just say, a regular PowerPoint?
Well, you actually get to go into it and view it more and better, and you get to paste images faster, and it's just more convenient.
Now, was there a template that you used? Like, as we, click into this, it's like zooming around, and did you completely create this from scratch, like from blank, or did it give you some suggestions, or how did you come up with this model where you've got, different images and places that it's moving around on it?
Well, I had to turn some of them upside down and move them to different places and just toy with it.
Did you start with a blank canvas where it had nothing on it, or did it already have some things on it that you filled in?
It already had some things on it, like the main circle and just one of the brackets.
Okay, cool. So, how would you say this project helped you learn about figurative language? I mean, the technology parts of this are fun and they're very eye-catching. Do you think this helped you learn more about figurative language?
I think it helped me to get to learn more about figurative language because you actually get to use it, and it's yourself doing it, not your teacher doing it for you.
So you were the one creating it?
Yes.
Did you get any assistance from friends or parents or anybody else as you were doing the project?
My dad helped me just a little bit with some of the Real Player and downloading that and helping me get to know how to use that.
How hard was it to find examples? Did they help you do some brainstorming for some of the different songs, or how did you identify these songs?
On one of them I had On the Rose.
Uh-huh.
It's one of my songs. My parents helped me with this.
Right, that was one of the ones from Metaphor.
Yes.
Okay. And then some of the other ones, were they songs that you had heard of before, or did you have them on on an iPod, or?
Well, I've just heard them on the radio or on my MP3 player or any place else.
Okay. So, compared to a traditional assignment that you do with paper and pencil, what would you say were the differences here in terms of what you had to do? Like, if you had just been turning this in as an essay, what was required of you as a student?
Well, we needed to learn how to use Prezi and how to get onto it and know what you're doing and have fun with it.
And then putting the pieces together too. About how many hours would you say you probably spent, and how many was this multiple days or mainly one long day, or what?
I worked on it one day for about an hour, then I worked on it another day about an hour, and that was about it.
Wow, okay. Well, that's great. And you were able to give this presentation in class to your classmates. Did anybody else have video clips that they included, or were pretty much the other projects using lyrics that were text on the screen?
Well, I haven't seen much of these, but of the ones that I did, they would probably go through it and find what part they needed.
Okay. Well, if you were to do this project again, anything you would do different, and would there be any suggestions you'd give to teachers that might see this and then be inspired to want to do it? What kind of advice would you give them?
I would probably look for more of a variety of types of figurative language and sound devices, and I would just make it more colorful and interesting to look at.
So challenge them to think about the design and the ways that they present it. Okay, well, thanks a lot for taking the time to visit with us today. We hope that your example inspires other students and other teachers.
Thank you.